Hello and welcome to our special digital broadcast. We're getting you all the top news stories of the day. Today, the headlines have been dominated by Prime Minister Modi and his much talked about visit to Europe. It's a 3-day tour that the Prime Minister is undertaking. He is now in Berlin in Germany. Tomorrow he moves to Denmark. He's going to be in Copenhagen. And on Wednesday he's going to be in France. He's also going to be having a meeting with newly re-elected French President Emmanuel Macron. But let's talk about today first, where those very endearing pictures started to do the rounds of the Prime Minister meeting with the Indian diaspora. As always, a crucial part of his foreign tours. He meets up with members of the diaspora, interacting with them. And we saw a video, in fact, that was doing the rounds of a child, a young girl, who had made a portrait of the Prime Minister. And he, in fact, put down his signature on that for her. So that was an autograph. And that video has gone completely viral, looking at the manner in which the girl was chatting up with the Prime Minister, and she was really excited with the family members also were waiting for hours together to meet the Prime Minister. This, of course, is the Prime Minister's first foreign trip this year, and it comes at a time when there are tensions in Europe, given Russia's invasion of Ukraine 3 months ago. India has made it clear that they're going to be making their position clear vis-a-vis the kind of stand that we have taken on the Russian-Ukraine conflict. Why did we take a position which was not against Russia? Why have we been neutral, so to speak, is something that India is going to be talking about. And this has been communicated by the Ministry of External Affairs already. India, of course, the Indian Prime Minister is in Germany, which is India's most important partners in Europe with deep bilateral relationships. At 4:15 p.m. today, there is going to be a meeting between Prime Minister Modi and the German Chancellor. Remember, after which the Prime Minister is going to be tomorrow in Copenhagen in Denmark, and then, like I said, he's going to be in France. In his visit to Europe, he's also going to be having a meeting with about 50 honchos, a businessman essentially, to talk about what India's opportunities are vis-a-vis investments. That also is something that's going to be a very important part of the Prime Minister's meeting. Energy security again is going to be on the agenda, given the concerns after Russia also has disallowed selling gas to several countries. That, of course, does not include India. India continues to do business with Russia in terms of reliance on energy security, on India's reliance on Russia for energy security. The Prime Minister, of course, today tweeted talking about his visit to Germany. He spoke about how his visit is important from the point of view of strengthening India-Germany ties. He also said, through my engagements, I intend to strengthen the spirit of cooperation with our European partners who are important companions in India's quest for peace and prosperity. Apart from that, the need for India to explain its position and also to sort of underscore the point it has been making that cessation of violence and return to dialogue and diplomacy is what it wishes to see as far as Ukraine and Russia is concerned. That is something that's going to be underscored in the Prime Minister's meetings, not just in Germany but also in Denmark and in France. All of them European nations who have been pretty vocal about Russia and the position that they have visibly taken in their support to Ukraine in terms of the kind of ammunition also that has been given to Ukraine, not just an in-principle stand, but also assistance, military assistance that Ukraine has received from these European nations. Back home in India, there are some news developments as well, important developments today from the Supreme Court of India, which has said that vaccine mandates are not going to be allowed in India, which means that you cannot be asking people or forcing people to take a vaccine against COVID-19 if you do not wish to. This is landmark and this is important given the fact that there are places and there are states which have said that to use public transport, for example, the Mumbai local train, you need to have vaccine doses, you need to be vaccinated. Chandigarh has in fact gone to the extent of saying that children can't enter schools if they are not vaccinated. Well, the court has said that this can't be allowed. The central government in its position as far as this particular petition is concerned did say that this is going to be against national interest, and that it's going to fuel vaccine hesitancy in the country, and that they're not forcing vaccines on anyone. States are doing it without the approval of the center, and that's a fact, is what the center has said. But the court has clearly ruled that they're not going to be interfering as far as COVID protocol is concerned. But if a person does not want to take a vaccine against COVID, he can't be forced, is what the Supreme Court of India has ruled today. In other news, as far as the latest developments around the loudspeaker controversy is concerned, there seems to be a bit of a climb down of the position that Shiv Sena had previously taken. Today, the Shiv Sena has come out and said that they are going to be doing away with illegal loudspeakers, not just in mosques but in temples as well. And also action is going to be taken against anybody who tries to disturb law and order. Obviously, the hint was at Raj Thackeray, who's been promising some sort of action against those who retaliate if they were to do away with loudspeakers in mosques. Raj Thackeray had said that the day after Eid, which is on the 4th of May, they're going to go right outside mosques and play out Hanuman Chalisa and loudspeakers, and that's going to be the way it is going to be. If the government of Maharashtra does not take a position against loudspeakers both in mosques and temples, hence it appears to be a climb down. There is pressure on states, given that UP has started to have a clamp down of sorts on loudspeakers, not allowing loudspeakers in mosques. They've done away with many. They're also reducing the volumes of many loudspeakers. So this in a way was forcing other states also to take a position. The other issue which many BJP ruled states have come out and taken a position on is the Uniform Civil Code, something that the All India Muslim Personal Law Board has called unconstitutional. AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi, also happens to be a member of Parliament from Hyderabad, has come out and said that the Uniform Civil Code is not going to be allowed in the country. One size fits all can never work in a country like ours, is what Owaisi has said. But today, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, it's a BJP-ruled state, came out and said that that really is the way forward, and it's in the interest of Muslim women, since no woman wants a husband to bring home 3 wives, and that's the reason why it's time for one nation, one law, and we can't be following the Shariat, is what Himanta Biswa Sarma has said. Lastly, we'll get you up to speed with the heat wave conditions in different parts of the country. The Union Home Minister has said it's going to be a meeting to discuss power outages. Meanwhile, we've seen some amount of politics between the Delhi government and the power ministry at the union level, talking about the fact that there is no crisis per se, and the Delhi government seems to be exaggerating the problem. The Delhi government has said that it's for all of us to see that power outages have become a reality and the government must do something about it at the earliest. Now, talking about the heat wave conditions, the Met Department has said that there could be a fall in maximum temperature by 3 to 4 degrees in some parts of northwest India, which is the Gujarat, Rajasthan belt essentially, and parts of East India will also witness a drop in temperature. Isolated rainfall with dust storms is expected in the Indo-Gangetic belt essentially, which comprises of some parts of Punjab, Delhi, UP, this particular region, and also Haryana. So there is going to be some relief when it comes to the heat wave conditions in the country. Talking about the temperatures right now, Delhi has got some relief with 39 degrees Celsius. Temperature right now in Jaipur is at 42 degrees, in Akola in Gujarat is at 45 degrees, Mumbai stands at 33 degrees, Lucknow, capital of UP, is at 37 degrees, and we have some regions in Gujarat again which are seeing high temperatures. We have Chandrapur and Brahmapuri at 45 degrees Celsius. East Chennai also is burning at 39 degrees centigrade. Some relief in some parts of India, but by and large the heat wave conditions are expected to continue in many other parts of the country for the next few days. So brace yourself for further power outages, because there hasn't been a solution that has been found to this problem just yet. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for connecting.